So you're thinking about a career as a network engineer? It's a fantastic field, but we're going to pull back the curtain today. You might see this really clean, organized job description, but the day-to-day reality? Well, it can feel more like a chaotic battleground. Is this the right career for you? Let's figure it out.
Let's just kick things off with a quote that gets right to the heart of it. This one sentence from an engineer on Reddit, it pretty much sums up the daily experience for so many network professionals. You're going to want to remember this line, because honestly, it is the key to understanding everything else we're about to talk about.
So who are these people, really? Well, think of network engineers as the architects of our entire digital world. They're the ones who build and maintain those invisible highways that carry everything, from your emails to your Netflix stream to your company's cloud data. Without them, the modern world just stops. Now, on paper, the job looks pretty straightforward, right? You design, you build, you maintain the digital plumbing of a company. You're configuring routers, switches, firewalls. It all sounds very neat and very organized. But as you're about to see, neat and organized isn't always the phrase that comes to mind. All right, so let's imagine the perfect day for a network engineer. This is the dream scenario, the one you'd find in a glossy recruitment brochure. It's clean, it's predictable, and it's about to be completely shattered by reality. In this ideal world, your job is just this nice, clean checklist. You get to design network layouts, configure shiny new hardware, monitor for any potential issues, and keep all your documentation up to date. It's a really great blend of creative design and deep technical work. And look at this schedule. It just flows so beautifully. You start your day with a quick review, you move into some project meetings and some deep design work, and then you wrap it all up with documentation. Everything fits neatly into a standard 8-hour day. Sounds perfect, right? Yeah, about that perfect day. Is any job really that clean? Because the reality, according to the actual engineers in the trenches, is a completely different story. This quote from another experienced engineer gets us a little closer to the truth. So why all the grumpiness? Well, it comes from a simple and incredibly frustrating principle that pretty much governs their daily lives. So, welcome to the actual job. It's often less about building the network and more about defending it. Because the number one unwritten rule of IT troubleshooting in just about any big organization is this: when in doubt, blame the network. This little exchange? This is a conversation that happens every single day. An application breaks, and the first finger immediately points to the network. So the engineer has to patiently, methodically walk the other team back from the ledge, only to be asked, so what did you change, when their own fix actually works? It's maddening. And that's the absolute heart of it. Your main job, a lot of the time, isn't to fix the network, because the network is usually humming along just fine. Your real job is to scientifically prove, with data, with logs, with diagnostics, that the network is innocent. Okay, so given this high-pressure reality, what do you actually need in your toolkit to survive and even thrive in this environment? Because it's a lot more than just technical know-how. Let's start with the reward for all this stress, the pay. And it reflects the immense responsibility you have. I mean, when you're the gatekeeper for a company's entire digital operation, that kind of high-stakes role comes with a pretty significant paycheck. It's also really important to understand this key distinction. A network administrator, you could say, keeps the lights on, but a network engineer, they're the ones who design the power grid. The engineer is focused on that big picture, the architecture, and solving the absolute toughest problems. Of course, you absolutely need deep technical knowledge. Those hard skills are your ticket to the game. But honestly, your most valuable tools are going to be the soft skills, the ability to solve problems while everyone around you is panicking, to communicate clearly, and just to stay calm. Those are your shields in the daily blame game. Okay, so let's look ahead for a minute. This is not a static field, not at all. The role of a network engineer is constantly evolving, and you have got to evolve right along with it if you want to stay relevant. The biggest change by far is the massive shift to the cloud. So instead of managing a rack of physical routers and switches in a data center, engineers are now managing virtual resources in AWS or Azure. This means way less physical hardware, but a whole new level of complexity and abstraction. So what's actually in demand right now? Think automation, think software, and think cloud. In fact, a lot of the major tech companies are now looking for network engineers who have a DevOps skill set. That means you can actually write code to automate network tasks. The line between network engineering and software development, it's getting blurrier every day. So, we've seen the plan, the ideal day, and we've seen the chaotic reality. And all of this brings us right back to our original question.
It doesn't matter what goes wrong. The printer can't print, network problem. An application is slow, definitely a network problem. The Wi-Fi is down for 5 seconds, it's gotta be the network. The first finger will always point at you. That is the one constant of this job.
So, could you handle it? If you're the kind of person who thrives under pressure, if you actually enjoy being the calm in the storm, using your expertise to hunt down the truth, then this vital, complex, and ultimately really rewarding career might just be for you.